Quicker today because we only have two candidates, and I know both candidates are out today. They're advanced polls, and I'm encouraging everyone as soon as they get out here, if they haven't already, to get out and vote. The sooner the better. So what I want to start with each candidate, and we'll start here on my left, Peter first, with 3 minutes to share and tell us why they and their parties are the best choice for your riding. And so we've asked Dave Nicholson, he's going to be the timekeeper, to make sure you keep that at 3 minutes, and you'll see we'll have some placards that will count down. After that, what we'll do is we'll just take questions from the group, from the people here. If you have any questions that you would like to ask, and preferably would ask not direct questions to them, but something they can both answer. A question on policy, or on how they see the issues or the concerns of their constituents. So, we'll start, Peter. So,
personally, and I know the Green Party echoes this sentiment, I think our Aboriginal and First Nations communities have been treated abysmally in the past. I think they are deserving of far more cooperation, far more integration. We have rural communities and First Nation communities that are being challenged for healthcare and education. Specifically, the Green Party would abide by both the letter and the spirit of the laws as regards consultations with First Nations communities for industrial development and anything that happens on their lands. We're also willing to work to develop income sharing programs. Because if it's on your land, how can you not be sharing an income that's generated by that? I think funding needs to be stepped up, and we need to have more collaboration between the government and First Nations communities. We're talking about sovereign nations, for the most part, cooperatively working towards a common goal, okay? Which is all Albertans, regardless of whether we are a treaty or not. We all have the same rights, we all have the same responsibilities, we all work together towards a common goal. So I know the Green Party, we would like to negotiate revenue sharing with First Nations communities. We would like to negotiate co-management regimes with communities affected by resource development. We would enforce compliance with requirements set out by the authorities responsible for granting licenses on First Nations land. And we would make available to Aboriginal communities loans and grants against potential incomes from various oil and gas industries and all sorts of things. Like I said, the negotiations have to start from a place of mutual respect and cooperation. I don't think that's been the case for Daddy's Green Party policy.
The question I have for both of you is, what's the number one issue in your riding, and what do you plan on doing about it in your next tenure if you're elected? You want to start, Peter?
Oh, people like to ask me that. What's your one issue? I don't have one issue. I don't even have 10 issues. We have a government that has failed us in every conceivable way at every turn, and they're asking us for another mandate to continue nepotism and industrial development for profit at the expense of the people. They keep talking about tax cuts when we're getting less services for existing tax rates. That is a tax increase. I really don't know how to answer your question. One policy, I don't have one issue. We have to negotiate with compassion with our Aboriginal communities. We have water issues. We have industrial development that's gone rampant. There's no reclamation of tailings ponds in the north. Our environmental protection has gone to sewer.
I guess the question I had is, in your riding.
In my riding. I have noticed, see, I live in Pine Ridge. I live in the Riding. And the reason I live in the Riding is because I love Northeast Calgary. I love to see the variety of cultures ideas and opinions and cooperation that we see. I have noticed some tension in that respect in Northeast Calgary. I've had people come up to me, ask for help, but make sure that I understand that they're not Muslim. That's a problem, because how could that ever be an issue for your religious beliefs? I do think that's a problem, and that is something that I would fight to overcome, no matter which riding I was in, and no matter which level of government I was operating. If you need one single issue, I would say inclusion of the diversity that is Northeast Calgary.
There's a multitude of issues that we hear about. The Northeast is a rapidly growing part of the city, so with that come a lot of growth pressure. Not specifically to Greenway, right outside of Greenway, and within some parts of Greenway itself, issues like schooling, the fact that we're investing in building more schools is very, very critical. Access to healthcare, big issue. The expansion of the PWI emergency room is welcome news to many people. And then the demographics of East Calgary are changing very significantly as well. Not only do you have a lot of new folks coming here from all different parts of Canada and the world, but you also have a lot of people. Like if I talk about my cul-de-sac alone in Monterey Park, there's a couple of houses there. I live in the community as well. I think that's very important, so I agree with you on that. There's homes where there used to be at one point a mother, a father, and three kids running around. And now all the kids are grown up and they've all moved out to different places, and mom and dad are living there by themselves in the home, and the issue of them being able to live independently is really pressing. It's something they're facing very, very many challenges with. They have issues of being able to look after their daily needs, the operation of their home, but also as health issues come up, their ability to live independently can come into jeopardy. So this is a very, very rampant issue across my writing as well. But one of the pieces that I've always taken a very strong approach to is to ensure that in our communities we help bring more of the right resources to the communities so people come in the community, settle in the community for a long period of time. I think that's very important.
Simon?
Just a follow-up question to that. I had a coffee meeting with Mr. Devinder Tour, and he was trying to tell me that the seniors care that you kind of alluded to when these parents grow older. He was telling me that although you're building the seniors care in the Northeast, he was saying that the point that you guys are doing about dividing it into seniors, Muslim seniors and Sikh seniors, and apparently he was talking about Vietnamese seniors, and so he was saying that this apparently divides the community rather than providing care and inclusivity. So if you could kind of talk about that a little bit. And there was another candidate in McCall who just outrightly said something like, we don't even need seniors home, because most of the people in Northeast are from outside in country where they look after their parents. So why are we even focusing on that? So these were kind of very strange comments to me, but if you could answer those, that would be really helpful. Thank you.
Yes, Simon, thank you. Very, very, very important to clarify this. It's really a shame when people go out, they go out and say, oh, you know what, such and such person is only doing this for one community. Folks, we have a really serious challenge, similar to the point we made. We have a lot of seniors a lot of folks that are aging. So they've been in the workplace for years and years and years. But they might not have a great command of the English language. Okay? And when their health ails them, they have to go into a nursing home. That senior couple I just described, where the 3 kids are off, raising their own little ones now, and mom and dad are living by themselves. And when mom and dad get sick, mom and dad get sick, and one of them can't look after the other, and they do need to go into a care center, you know what? That person at age 80 or 85 should not be forced to then learn how to eat roast beef when they've been eating Vietnamese food their whole life. That's not justice, that's not Canada. That's not acceptable. You know, imagine any senior, you know, imagine, you know, this fellow sitting right here. We say, all right, bud, you're 90 years old, you've got heart issues, you've got to go into a nursing home, we're going to make you eat East Indian food every single day. And you have to learn Punjabi on top of it. Come on. You know, come on. This is about fairness for seniors. So how do you do this? We have seniors all across the city from different language backgrounds and cultural backgrounds that are in nursing homes. What we're saying is help them come into one place where you can bring people that speak the same language, first of all, so that two seniors that sit in the same room can maybe even talk to each other. Hey, what a foreign concept. They can talk to each other. The staff, they don't have to try and do sign. Sorry, there's 2 questions in here, so I'll be another few seconds. So they don't have to go and try to point to a part of their body and try to explain to a nurse that, you know, something's bugging them. You know, by using almost sign language. They can say, listen, here's my problem. You know? And they're not forced to learn how to eat new food. I mean, if somebody's been eating roast beef their whole life and now you got to say eat roti every single day, it's not going to happen, man. That's not nice. That's not the right way to treat our seniors at the age of 80, 85, 90. That's not acceptable. That's just not cool.
I'm very passionate about that. We're going to do just 2 more questions.